welcome to Before the Game. It is round 4 of the Smiley Car Wash RMFL season. My name's Mark Steiner. I'm your host for today. We're coming to you live from the Mannum Showground, which is the home of the Mannum Football and Netball Club. And obviously Before the Game is brought to you by Rain and Horn Murray Bridge. And also a big thank you to our RMFL major sponsor in Smiley Car Wash. So with me we have our panel today. On the end we have Ben Quinn. Welcome again, Quinny.
Cheers, mate.
And we have a Griffiths, but it's not the Griffiths that we had advertised. It's the more handsome, smarter Griffiths. Welcome, Jimmy.
I wouldn't call me more handsome, or smarter.
Well, time will tell. So welcome, guys. So, yeah, Wayne just had another engagement he had to get to. So, welcome, boys. A little bit breezy out here. We're a bit of a, not quite sure what's going to happen, a wind blowing down the ground. I was just looking at the windsock there, Quinny. I think it's got more holes in it than most of my socks, I reckon. But,
she's been there for a fair while. Probably time for a replacement.
Could be, yeah, but it's spent some cash there. So, a bit of an unsettled day. We're not quite sure what's going to happen. But anyway, we'll have a fantastic game of footy here at Mannum. So, big thank you to our RMFLTV sponsors. We're the same as clubs. We cannot survive without support of some amazing sponsors. So, Jimmy, if you just want to run through our sponsors for the day, mate.
So our MVP is Smiley Car Wash and Farm Fresh Markets. They alternate week in, week out. Goal of the day is Graham Edwards Crash. Mark of the day is Sports Power Murray Bridge. Defender of the day is Murray Sales. The Rising Star is Elders. My Coin Toss and Joke is Crowy's Paints. Crowy's. The quarter time, half time and 3/4 time breaks are Drendel's Concrete. Special comments, Earth Moving, Max Quiz, Walter Agency's CRT, and the RMFL TV scoreboard is Murray Valley Standard.
And also we have our premium sponsors this year in 2026. So Quinn, if you just run through some of those incredible people for us, please.
Yep, sure can. So Smiley Car Wash, the major sponsor, Swamport Hotel, the football sponsors, Male Medal Night, Ramsey Brothers, Player of the Year, Dacia Irrigation and Fodder, Club Champion Award, Chemist King, Team of the Week and Year is Duttons. Junior Grand Final medals is Murray Bridge Recycling, Umpires Enovan, Sharon Footballs, Red Art, which powers RMFL TV, Commentary Trailer, Emmett's, and then Volunteer of the Year is Conquest Crop Protection.
Cool, thank you to those guys. And obviously RMFL TV award winners from round 3, which is the game in at Johnson Park, the old rivals, Imps v Ramblers, which you guys covered last week. So the MVP from Smiley Car Wash was Will Crane. Fantastic. He's had obviously pre-season at the Crows, so super fit. Graham Edwards Crash goal of the day was Liam Mensforth from Ramblers, one of the new players. Sports player Murray Bridge mark of the day was Sean Sandwich from Imperials. And Murray Sales defender of the day was the very, very talented Cameron Ball from Imperials, fantastic footballer. And our Elders Rising Star, again, a fantastic young man in Blake Langton from Imperials. So, and obviously it was Anzac Day as well. So some medalists from each club, which is fantastic. So just leading on to that, obviously Mannum had the bye last week in the Anzac round. So what the Mannum Footy Club have done now, and I'll just get Quinny to hold it up, they're going to wear a especially commemorative Anzac Day jumper today, which has been designed by Ben Yeomans and Luke Adamson. Ben was a former player, Quinny, was he? And ex-serviceman? Just fill us in perhaps on that. So.
Got him on board last year and was great for the club. He came on board and he stayed on board as the strength and conditioning coach here at Mannum. So, he's a great asset around the club and a great guy. He's really passionate about Anzac Day, being an ex-serviceman, and I'm looking forward to going in and hearing him speak before the game.
Cool, yep. And just on the jumper itself, so highlights the ode of remembrance, also the kangaroo, the symbol there, Lest We Forget, which is borrowed from a well-known poem from the 19th century, the bugler, obviously the last post is a spine-tingling thing, so, and also wattle flowers on that jumper. So fantastic design, and the Mannum RSL have a great relationship with the footy club, Quinny. So
they do, and the netball club. I'm pretty proud, Dad. My eldest daughter, Indy, in the sub-junior 2s, won her second Anzac medal in a row this morning, so
cool.
Pretty proud.
Yeah. And Jimmy, I think last week at Imps they had the crown on the oval painted on there. It was really terrific on it. So, and the ceremony was great.
Yeah, an ex-serviceman out there to present the medal,
which is fantastic. Just again, while we're out here at Mannum, I just want to make a bit of an announcement. Well, obviously, we've got interleague footy coming up on the June long weekend, where we obviously take on the Hills as we do each year. And last year was down at Balhannah. We had a fantastic day down there. Really excited to announce that our match on the June long weekend this year against the Hills will be held right here at the Mannum Footy Club. So, we're just sharing it around amongst the footy clubs. And another exciting thing, which I think is going to be great, is that we're going to throw the gates open and free admission. So we just want people to come along and just see, obviously, obviously the 16s and 18s see some of the best talent in the region, and also the league as well. So yes, that'll be a March long week, June long weekend out here, pre-admission, come along. So
no doubt I'll be getting a job.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's cool. So well done. Obviously our league awards league awards for last week. Our Graham Edwards crash repair leading goal kicker, Jim, if you could just run through that for those grades, please.
For the league, we have Daniel Menzel on 6 goals.
I don't think that's right.
No. It's probably not right. It's in the wrong order. That's what you do. Yeah. Johnny Boris and Shane Paik on 8 each.
Yep.
Jack Lewis, Cameron Jarrett, and Jack Seacombe all three of them on 7 goals each, and Daniel Menzel on 6.
I think Menzel's up around 12 or something now. I think
12, yeah. B grade, Lockie Gotch and Jace Ridley 7 each. James Lawson, Nelson Miller, Josh Noy and Josh Ridgway 5 each. Under 18, Sean Powell 13, Mitch Richardson 8, Will McBride and Riley Gladigo on 7 each. Under 15s and a half, Jai Bilney 11, Liam Ribbons 10, Cohen Wilson 9, Cooper Cattle 7, and for under 13s, Kobe Mitchell 11, Logan Kelsall and Edward Green 7 each. Jai Martin 6 and Keller Eckerman 5.
Well done, and give big thank you there to Graham Edwards Crash for coming on board as our leading goal kicker, and obviously be an award at the end of the year for those guys. So again, another one of our fantastic sponsors, Dace Irrigation and Fodder. Brenny O'Neill and the O'Neill family been fantastic. They don't only support footy, netball, I think horse racing, guides, everything. They involved
everything under the sun.
Exactly, which is fantastic. So the Dace Irrigation Fodder Player of the Year. So Quinny, votes from last week, mate. So
yeah, mate. So Maipo v Taylor, we had Cameron Zander taking the 3 votes, Brody Edwards 2, and Riley Lucas 1. Cats and the Suns. Old Broden Martin still trotting around out there getting 3 votes. Ryan Werfel 2 and Matt Hartman with 1. Imperials v Ramblers, Will Crane took the 3, Jack Penfold 2 and Brady Carroll 1. That's 3 pretty handy players in that list. And then Jervois v Mallee Storm, Abraham Neymar, Kynan Adams 2 and Chaz Balderston 1. With the leaders, Ryan Werfel, he's up and about on 7 votes already. Jack Penfold 4. And then we've got a lot of lads on 3 votes with Alex Pfeiffer, Brody Martin, Cameron Zander, Dimmer, James Hargraves, Keenan Jacobs, Matt Spenceley, Mitch Eward, Rory O'Driscoll and Will Crane. Just in saying that, I was down at the parade last Friday for Rory's debut, and he did not look out of place at all.
Well, I think he had a good game again last night.
Yeah,
he played the showdown beforehand. I think he got 20 odd touches and 2 goals.
Yeah, no, he's
21, 2 goals, 1, I think it was.
It's great to see.
Yep. I mean, obviously, the Suns would love to have him, but to get an opportunity like that, and even like last night, to play in front of a big crowd, and obviously our male medalist from last year. So yeah, well done, Rory. That's fantastic. So, and just on that too, obviously the Anzac Day medals, each club honoured a past serviceman or woman with their Anzac medals. I'm pretty sure Cameron Zander was at Maipo for Taylor Men. I think it was Toddy Howson for Maipo. I think Brody Martin got it for the Cats, and Josh Tauk, I think, for the Suns. Will Crane obviously got the Imps. I'm sure the Ramblers. Was it Liam Metzforth, I think it was, for Ramblers. And Chaz Balderson was from Jervois, and I'm pretty sure Kynan Adams was the medalist for the Storm. So well done there. So Chemist King Club of the Year. Obviously that's across all the 5 grades, 2 points for each win. So out on top we have Curon Cats with 20, Rammers and the Southern Valley Suns with 18, Madam with 14, Tailem 12, Imperials 10, Jervois also 10, Valley Storm with 8, and Maipo along with a 6, and obviously a few clubs still have to have buys yet, so that'll sort itself out. So big thank you there to Chemist King, I can't get that out at the moment, Chemist King Club of the Year, say that 3 times fast. So, and Smiley Car Wash League leader, James, if you want to run through the ladder for us.
So the ladder is Curon Cats out nice and strong on 6, Manum in second place with 4, tied with Imps, who's sitting 3rd. Southern Mallee also tied 4th with 4 as well, sitting in 4th place. Jervois with 2, Taylor Ben with 2, and Ramblers with 2. And then Mallee Districts and Maipo both sit at the bottom with 0 each.
Cool. All right. And our Dutton's Team of the Week, once again, big thank you to Dutton's, who quite often loan us one of their vehicles when we're on our big away trips. So our Team of the Week, Quinny.
Yeah, just a quick overview of that. It's good to see Jacob Rance named as the coach of the Team of the Week, a great local, stepping up and coming to the 4th with the A-grade coach. We had some Jensen, Adams and Carroll named in defence. Will Crane with his best on performance, he's named in the middle, and and then we had like Xander and Sandwich and Jarrett were all named in the forward line. So pretty handy team of the week.
It is, yeah. Some fantastic players, some good form out there as well. So again, thanks to Duttons for that. I was able earlier to be able to catch up with the Maipolonga coach Adam Eckerman. You would know him quite well, Quinny. So come back to the club. So we're just going to have a little look at our chat earlier on. And we have a very special guest with us today here at Madam Footy Oval, and Adam Eckerman, warm welcome, mate. Thank you for coming along.
Great to be here, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Just obviously we know each other pretty well, but for those folks at home, football-wise, past playing history, a very illustrious history, and a little bit of coaching. Just tell people home, a little bit of Adam Eckerman's story.
Yeah, probably had got a fair few polo shirts, so I'll be honest. Some of it's sort of moving around the country just with work and things, but my junior career obviously started at Maipo, born and bred local boy. We got into the Sandford system down at Stir. Played a couple of league games down at Port Adelaide as well, and then moved into Staples in the NEFL system over there, which is no longer league.
Was that the feeder system, was it?
Yeah, it was. It was like the state-based system over there. So I think now everything feeds through the VFL now. So and then came back mid 20-teens, and just been living in the hills. So just probably, to be honest, trying to find a comfortable club.
Yep. You've been assistant roles, have you, the last few years?
Yeah, I have, yeah. So last 3 years have been at the Nan Bremer Football Club. So been reserve coach there and league senior assistant last year. Okay. Obviously it's been a very successful period the last 3 years. Yep. So you learn a lot, especially off of Dale Leichner, who was a coach there for the first couple of years.
Okay. But just sort of leading into that, I suppose, coming to Maipo, so was it a step from going assistant to becoming a senior coach? Was it the lure of the home club, or a bit of all sorts? How did that all sort of come about?
I was definitely ready to become a senior coach, and I was hunting around for a role, and I had a few things lined up, and the Maipo job came up late, and probably more, having a young family, having the support base of mum and dad and Kayla's parents live in Maipolonga too, just made a lot of sense to be able to put into coaching, but also have the support of the kids.
And your brother's still having a run around the team.
Yeah, he's still going, so I've got to try and outdo him. So he's obviously 5 years older, so I've still got at least 5 years ahead of me. So.
So come back to the home club, which is fantastic. Obviously, your dad as well had a great involvement, so there's a fair connection there with the Eckerman family, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been like, I've only been here once in the last decade, in 2019 when we won the flag. But even in that time, just stepping back, it's just, it is home. You just know it's just comfortable.
And look, I suppose result-wise, it has been a tough start to the year. So the turnover of players, we know, a lot of experience, big bodies sort of going over summer. So a lot of great youth there. Obviously, the 18s playing in the grand final last year. So is it a matter of just sticking fat with these young kids and getting game time in and getting experience? Is a slow build? Is that sort of the plan? Or?
Yeah, I definitely got my long-term hat on. So my vision is for Maipolonga to become a successful senior football club year in, year out. I think typically we've sort of gone up and down over the years. We can compete and then not compete. So, yes, great amount of talent. Result-wise, we've been in every single game. The first 3 games, I think the Suns are turning out to looking like they're probably a fair chance this year. And we were 3 or 4 goals down at three-quarter time, and it just blow out. So every game so far has just had a quarter blowout, where we've been in every single game.
They work on just little wins here and there.
Correct.
That sort of
and that sometimes can come with the territory with a young group, just consistency of senior footy. Senior footy is hard, even at amateur level. So, and with that, we've been able to build the list. We've got a lot of names on the books. I think at the moment we've got 10 to 15 injuries across the senior list.
You're still getting good numbers on the track, I'm hearing?
Yeah, good numbers. So I think, Tuesdays we're 25 to 30, Thursdays are 40 plus. So we've got a lot of numbers, which is great.
Cool. And obviously, still playing yourself. So playing coaches obviously need a really good people on the bench. So you've got that. Father-in-law on the bench. How does that work out, mate? Ken, who's had a great involvement with the footy himself. So.
Yeah, he has. Look, he's a tremendous asset. And we've coached together before at Nan, so he was my assistant coach at Nan. So we think alike with footy. We've got a great respect for each other. So it works really well. Along with Bolty on the bench as well.
And is Sonny Vogt helping a little bit? Or?
No, Sonny's assistant in the twos.
Okay.
So Bolty, Kim, and myself. But look, as a whole, as a collective, we've got 6 coaches across the senior group, so we're always rebounding.
And how's that go as a playing coach? Are you sort of got a couple of hats going when you're out there playing? You sort of concentrate on your playing, or are you sort of relying on those bench, just let them do what they're going to do, trust in the process? How does it work? So
obviously, you do have your own game to worry about. I think for me it's about keeping it simple and really providing a lot of strong leadership on field and a lot of direction. We don't have the greatest amount of experience on the field, so to be out there and be a constant voice is a huge asset.
Yeah, and just trust those guys on the bench. Just they're watching the game, let them go. Cool.
Yep.
And obviously today out at Manham, so we saw Manham a couple of weeks ago, recruited really well, a big, strong, powerful. They ran well. Their transition work was good, so it's going to be a big challenge. But big deck out here, I suppose, with a smaller, inexperienced far side, try and get out in space and run them a bit.
Certainly they've recruited a midfield, so and those boys look like they like to get forward of the footy pretty well. So it's about curving that influence, and we've been working hard on shifting defences and trying to get the ball into space. That's been a big focus. So
we've got a perfect ground to be able to do that today.
Hopefully we can do it today.
Yeah, sweet. All right, mate. As I said, I know a fair bit about you and probably off the field as well, but for folks at home, we've got a few little quick get-to-know-you questions.
Sure.
So your age?
35.
35, and your coffee order, mate? You coffee drinker, or?
I'm actually gone to a decaf skinny cappuccino.
Decaf, okay. And obviously played around a bit, different states. Best football you've seen when you've come across them in your travels? So.
Jack Martin at the Gold Coast Suns.
Okay, cool. All right. And your nickname, which I know, but
I've got a few. Eckers is common. Pingers is also another one.
Yep.
So,
and the one I know is Hopper. Where did that one come from?
Hopper. Who gave me that? I can't even remember.
Back in the junior days, wasn't it?
It was. Grasshopper. Oh, look, I can't even remember who gave me that.
There
one.
we go. One for later on. And your favourite movie, best movie you've seen?
I'm a bit of a Avengers geek. I like those Marvel movies.
Okay, sweet. Beer, wine, soft drinks, spirits, what do you...
all of the above.
All of the above, not all the same time. And AFL club, do you follow anyone?
Richmond Tigers.
Richmond Tigers, so a tough gig at the minute, mate.
Yeah, we had some good success. But
I back for the Bombers, so I can't say a word, mate. Favourite takeaway, so Friday night takeaway, what do you bring?
My favourite takeaway is actually a banh mi.
Okay.
Roast pork crackling banh mi. Had one before, actually. So,
okay, right. And single, married? I know you're married. And
yeah, married, 3 kids.
Cool. All right. And what car are you driving? What you taking the family?
I have a GWM Canon Alpha.
Okay, sweet. And dream holiday destination, if you could take the family away, where would you like to go?
I really want to take the family to the snow because, all the kids haven't seen the snow before, so
awesome.
I'd like to go to the snow.
Sweet. Well, thanks, mate. I really do appreciate you coming on before the game. I know it's a busy time Saturday morning, game day, so good luck for the season today, mate, and fantastic to catch up with you, mate.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And welcome back, and a big thank you to Adam Eckerman there for giving up his time before the game. Our coaches couldn't be very busy beforehand, but great to talk to him, and he's obviously played all over the country, and good to get his opportunity back at the home club, which you know all about. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great move, and each club goes through their phases, and Maipo getting a home coach to get them through this next phase is a good move, in my opinion. Yeah,
terrific. So. Big thank you also to, again, Rain and Horn in Murray Bridge, who are our major sponsor for before the game. And we just once again go to our little special property of the week. So what we have is occasionally something special comes along, and for families seeking an elite level place to call home, then this is surely the one for you. Ideally located in one of the most highly regarded streets in Murray Bridge, this 497 square metre allotment has a direct outlook and access through the rear gate to Sturts Reserve and the River Murray, whilst being in a quiet cul-de-sac amongst other premium homes. The double-storey family home was built by Kookaburra Homes approximately 9 years ago and incorporates all the trimmings a family would seek in their forever home. Each of the bedrooms have good storage options. Both bathrooms are beautifully finished with ensuite offering double basin and a double shower, plus the third toilet services guests. Climate control was simple with multiple ceiling fans throughout, plus reverse cycle ducted on both levels. There are living options galore for all members of the family with top and bottom living spaces, generous balcony space with views, plus ground level patio accounting for all seasons. Caesar stone kitchen benchtop, hidden pantry, 900mm oven with gas cooktop and neat breakfast bar will be enjoyed by the cook of the house. Ample off-street parking with a triple garage is a bonus, also offering rear roller door for the simple access to the well-maintained yard. These features are simply a taste of what's on offer at one of the premium residential properties in the area. Inspections will exceed your expectations, so immediate registration of interest is encouraged to avoid disappointment. Best offers by close of business 21st of May 2026, unless sold prior. So there you go, Jimmy. One for you, I reckon, mate. You've got the coin sitting there ready to go?
No, by the time I get there, it's probably going to go up another however much. I won't be able to afford it.
That's all right. But yeah, big thank you again to Rain and Horn. So John and Kenny D. Michelle there. So pop in and see them. Go online, give them a call. So a big thank you to them. So Facebook pages, fantastic way for all clubs to keep their members informed of what's going on. So we'll roll through our slides here. So the Coorong Cats, Jimmy, what are they up to?
The Coorong Cats today, as they've put up, they're celebrating Brodie Vandenbrink's 300th senior game of football.
Well done, Brodie. Congratulations. And in at Imps, Quinny?
Yeah, Imps have congratulated the Imps lads who made the West Adelaide Young Bloods Academy.
Which is terrific. Yeah, West Adelaide do a fantastic job with their junior stuff there. So out of Jervis, Carl Thim plays his 50th senior game of football, so 40 reserves and 10 leagues. So well done, mate. So out at the Storm.
Yeah, as the Manly District Storm had the bye this week, they've decided to post photos to showcase their Anzac round that they played against Jervis.
Cool. And out here where we are today, Madam.
Yeah, so as we had the bye last week, they'll mark Anzac round this week by playing for the Colin Wakefield medal, named after former player and male medalist Colin Wakefield, who served in the Army.
Cool. And out at Maipo, Maipo have highlighted that this week's matchup carries extra weight as they're playing for the Armfield Martin Noble Cup, which is an annual thing between the two clubs. So, and into the Chook Pen, Jimmy.
Yeah, Ramblers have decided to thank the volunteers from this week for helping out with their Thursday night junior trainings, but also their picture that they've got on their Facebook slide is also there to encourage anyone else to come out and join and help and whatever way they can.
Cool. Southern Mallee.
Yeah, showcasing their senior squad for 26 with their leadership group and a few new ones in there too. They've recruited a couple good ones.
Yeah,
and
there's some native Forster, Young, Angel. So yeah, some names from up that way. And by reports, going okay.
They're both very handy players, and then if you get an O'Driscoll back later, they might not be as far off the mark as everyone thought.
And out at Tailem Bend, they also highlighted their Anzac medalists, which was Cam Zander and Matilda Hughes in the netball. So well done to those guys. Just quickly too, I don't know if we can pan away there, but the Manum Footy Club are wearing black armbands today, and there's a special tribute on the old scoreboard. And Ben, if you just want to run through who the club's honouring. So
it's Betty Sikadick, a life member of the club, along with her husband Pete, who passed away not long ago as well. Actually lived just up on the corner here. They have green and gold bits and pieces all around their house, and they're just great supporters and people of the club. Condolences to the family, and hopefully we can celebrate with a win today for her.
Cool, no problem. All right, moving on to this week's games, round 4 in the Smiley Car Wash River Murray Footy League Premiership season. So our first game we're going to chat about, Tailem Bend v Imperials out at Tailem Bend. So Quinny, what's your thoughts there, mate?
I feel Imperials. I was just chatting just before then when mentioning their votes in last week's game. Their midfield get a run on and get on top and get it forward a lot. They're going to be very dangerous. I think they're a little bit vulnerable down back, but if it doesn't get down there too often, I think they'll be hard to beat. So after watching Tailem Bend, they've got some good young ones coming through, but I feel like to try and curb that midfield they might struggle. So I'm going to go Imperials by about 5 or 6 goals, I reckon.
And Jimmy, you saw Imps firsthand last week. What's your thoughts, mate?
Definitely think that they're going to win. I'd like to hope that it's a close game for Tailem Bend's sake, but with the original players that they have, like the senior heads, hopefully if they get their heads moving for Imps, then they just blow out and get a big lead and they'll win the game by lots.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm the same. Tailem Bend, we saw him a few weeks ago, very young side, and if they can get a few of those guys back from town occasionally and get them qualified, they'll be a lot better. But Imperials still a lot of depth, like Penfold and Will Crane and
Carroll.
These guys, Carroll midfielders kicking goals. So it's still very, very strong, and out even at that small oval, I'm pretty sure the Imps will still run away with the win. So in at Ramblers, Jimmy, we have Ramblers, who again you saw last week, up against the reigning Premier, the Cats. What do you reckon?
100-point win to the Cats.
Oof,
I don't think I see much.
They muck around. Okay.
I don't see much with the Ramblers team. I don't see that they're going to find a way to get over top of the reigning Premiers.
Okay. Quinny?
I'm probably a little similar. I do work with a lad from Ramblers, and they're going okay. They're just going through that phase, trying to get like young lads through the system, which is great. But they do lack that depth, and if the Coorong Cats get on top early, I think it could be a bit of a nasty day. I'm probably going around that 12-goal minimum.
Ramblers, I think they've got a lot of good veterans, club people, a lot of young kids, but I think probably that in-between is sort of where they're lacking. And the Cats, there's a few changes there as well. Obviously, Men's are not playing today, but you look through and there's just quality everywhere, and maybe a bit of,
Mate, that
crappy sort of weather might bring it back a bit, but yeah, I think the Cats will be way too strong, but it'll be a good game. And this game I am really looking forward to, out at Lameroo, which is the first game. Lameroo and Pinaroo both been doing works out there. Pinaroo with the oval and Lameroo with courts and stuff, so well done to those guys. Up against Jervois, so Quinny, what do you reckon, mate? I'm looking forward to
this one's going to be real interesting. I've got actually, I'm going to lean towards Jervois still, just I feel like they just know how to win games of footy. But, in saying that, they jumped the gun last week and got right out, but the Storm, came, held them back and even got them back in a little bit. So, and the Suns recruiting a couple of really, good footballers into their group.
And it takes time for those blokes to gel in.
It will, but, and good players can fit in really quickly too at times. So, but no, I feel like Jervois, I don't think they'll let it slip, but I reckon it'll be close. I reckon it'll be, no more than three goals.
Okay, and Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm pretty much thinking the exact same. Jervois will pretty much win the game. Got that winning experience, and obviously when you're the Suns and you bring in new players, you've got to learn to gel together, and it can take some weeks. It could take 5, 6, 7, you don't know how long until they work together.
Exactly.
Well.
So, I'm probably just going to tip the Suns just because it's at Lameroo, but I mean, I think it'll go either way. Yeah, Jervois a few ins and out as well. Everyone's still sort of finding their feet, but O'Driscoll will be lovely in for the Suns, but he will play some footy for at some stage. But it's great for Rory. So, just on the fact that it's at Lameroo, Suns by just a kick, I reckon. But I think Jervois is certainly going to be a very strong side. So, and our final match is our game of the day out here, RMFLTV out at Mannum, Mannum v Maipo, and obviously we saw Mannum a couple of weeks ago, Quinny. So, and they were super impressive, weren't they? So,
no, they definitely were. And I think these black clouds coming towards us might have a little bit to do with what the margin is. But I've just been looking at it, and Maipo's shots on goal, they haven't had heaps of shots on goal. Mannum had 34 shots against Taylor Bend, and then I see Taylor Bend had 34 shots against Maipo. So,
Rams had a lot of shots.
I feel like if Mannum can get out on this big oval into space, it could be a big one. I feel, and especially this big breeze, if they get off to a good start, it could be a rough day for Maipo, but if the rain comes, it might help them a little bit. But Mannum by, I'd say, 15.
Righto. Yeah. Jimmy?
I put it that way, that when Mannum beat Taylor Ben and Taylor Ben beat Maipo, you'd assume that Mannum's easily going to win. They're going to win, but they've got a quality midfield that's going to obviously run the rings around them.
Yep.
So,
I was super impressed. I mean, the clearance work out the middle was fantastic through Jesse White, but then the transition from one end was elite. It sort of reminded me of the Cats a couple of years ago, what we saw 2 weeks ago. But the thing I was impressed with too, they were tackling just as hard in the last minute. The game was done at half time, but they were still tackling. The pressure was amazing.
Yeah, and I came up Thursday night, and they're totally just not even. They're not happy with it yet. But they know there's more to give.
Well, the next 3 weeks is Imps, Cats, Jervois, and for Mannum. So I mean, you only play who you play and beat who you beat. But I'm the same. Obviously, my heart's always with Maipo longer, but they're in that similar phase to Ramblers. Very, very young side. Not a lot of experience. Adam Eckerman's playing down back, I think, just to sort of steady the ship. And I think all reports Blake Fidger's playing a lot down back just to try and shore things up a bit as well. He's a quality player. But Mannum, really impressed with him. And I think if the weather holds out, they're going to win and comfortably. So anyway. So we're looking forward to that game. We'll be back at 2:30 with that one. So what we're going to do now, obviously we have Matt's quiz, which is proudly brought to us by Walter Agency CRT. So Muriel Walter up at Lameroo, who's a fantastic supporter of ours. So if anything you need in that regard, hardware, any agricultural needs at all, pop in and see Muriel there on the roundabout in Lameroo. So we're going to introduce Kim Fran, who's going to sneak in here. So
Now, do I get to keep these as a bit of a handicap or not?
No.
Oh,
We all need one.
Out then? Okay then.
Sponsors need to be shown.
Yep.
Your cut.
Sorry, Jack.
I'm not doing the question.
He's the walking. I'm the talent, mate.
I'm the student.
All right. So obviously you named your buzzer. So let's check the buzzers.
Jimbo.
Quinny.
Jimmy.
All right. So once again, thanks to Muriel Walter at Walter Agency CRT. So Matt's quiz. Here we go. Question 1. Which Adelaide Crows player kicked the winning goal with seconds to go in last... Jimmy?
Braden Cook.
Braden Cook, exactly.
Talking about it this morning.
Fair goal too, by golly.
It was a good goal.
Question 2. Who will be the pre-game entertainment for the 2026 AFL Grand Final?
Jimmy? Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
How many albums have you got, Jimmy?
You just,
Zero.
You got them all.
0.
you want to give us a quick tune of Kylie? Or
No. I know like nothing pretty much.
Poster on a wall or anything like that?
No.
I have.
No.
You have. Question 3. The world's recent fuel crisis has been partly caused by trouble in which stretch of water?
Oh, fuck. I can't remember.
Set for the H.
Yeah. Or Kimbo.
Yep.
Straight in.
Humays or something
The
like that?
Muse? Oh, I reckon I'll give you that one.
Give you that one.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up.
Pronunciation's hard.
There we go. Question 4. Sturt's premiership coach Marty Mattner played for which RMFL
Quinny.
club? Quinny?
Imperials.
He did. When he's on the board. Question 5. Which RMFL team folded in 2005 after playing in the league? Quinny?
Redlegs.
Knowbridge Redlegs. Quinny's coming back. Question 6. The male medal is awarded to the RMFL's best and fairest player. Which medal is awarded to the reserve's best and fairest
Quinny.
player? Quinny?
Logan.
Like a medal? Yep. So Benny 3, Jimmy 2, Kim 1. Question number 7. Now think about this one. By road and also by air, which city is closer to Adelaide, Cairns or Darwin?
Kimbo.
Or Judicator?
Maybe two.
Kim, yeah,
I'll
Kim.
go Darwin.
Cairns.
Cairns, there you go.
Mustn't be by much.
No, it's not actually. By road, Cairns 2,987 kilometres, Darwin 3,030 kilometres. So there you go.
Very close.
Question 8. Which South Australian beverage brand is so popular that it actually outsells
Jimmy.
Coca-Cola? Jimmy?
Farmers Union Nice Coffee.
It is Farmers Union Nice Coffee. There you go. I used to drink it till I got fat, so I stopped drinking it. So.
You fat.
Question 9. In the 2026 Sheffield Shield final, who scored a crucial second innings century?
Jimmy.
Oh,
Alex Carey.
Alex Carey.
I sat and watched every little bit of it.
We go on our last question. Benny with 4, Jimmy with 4, and Kim with 1.
Behind, yeah.
So who am I? This is for the chocolate. Well, maybe chocolates.
Mark Steiner, is that the right answer?
No, don't be
Jimmy,
smart.
don't look. Jimmy, don't
Hey,
look.
what are you doing?
Hey, he's looking.
Hey,
I'm
it's
not
your
looking
first and
at
last time on here, mate. Again, you can answer any time you like. Don't have to wait for it all, but if you get it wrong, you're dead. I was born on April 28th in 1956 in Glasgow, Scotland. I was born into a large working class
Jimbo.
family.
Jimmy Barnes.
Yes, correct. Well done.
I had that. And
What can I do
didn't
the
know.
rest? My family emigrated to Australia in 1962 when I was 5 years old, settling in the tough northern suburb of Elizabeth. My early years were marked by poverty and domestic violence. After playing in a school band, I replaced Bon Scott, who joined AC/DC as lead singer of the band Fraternity. And at 16 and a half, I joined the band Cold Chisel, and obviously the rest is history. I'm now going to do a tiebreaker, 4 each. I didn't come
I
up with a
thought
tie.
that was for all the biscuits that was, all the bickies, wasn't it?
5 points, yeah, okay. All right. Good thing we don't have a prize because there might be trouble.
Yeah.
Again, thanks to Muriel Walter at Walter Agency CRT. Big thank you again to Rain and Horn, John Demishaw and the crew there for being our before the game sponsors. Obviously, 2:30 back again for our main match, Manum v Maipalonga in the Smiley Car Wash RMFL season. We'll see you back here in about an hour's time. Thank you.